Good morning or afternoon, beautiful creatures. I don't know which one it is. There's this guy I used to work with at Lockheed Martin. He was on like the construction crew that they contracted in. He was like a redneck white guy, but he had this thing for black women. And every time he would walk by the area that I sat in, and it was 6 people that sat in this area, all of us were black except 6 women. He would always walk by. Good morning, beautiful creatures. Boy, y'all sure look beautiful today. Boy, y'all some beautiful creatures. The fact that he called us creatures is one thing, but I live in a small town in Florida that still has a good old boy system. So he could have said y'all some beautiful niggers, and that would have came out. That would have ended up a completely different way. So creatures was probably the best he could do. And we all would just be like, we'll take the beautiful part, but watch that, creatures, because we're not creatures. We're people. We're women. How about just say y'all some beautiful women? Anyways, good morning, beautiful creatures, men and women, cats, dogs, chickens, ducks, I'm sorry, you guys. This is how my mind works. But that was the intro to one song on one of the hot boys. And Manny Fresh did that. Good evening, women, men, dogs, cats, ducks. Something, I can't remember the song, but anyways. Y'all want to talk about Megan Thee Stallion today? I did a quick reading on her before, not that long ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago. It's in my community tab. If you are new here and you don't know, when I don't do these videos on camera, I still may do readings that I post on my community tab, and those are probably better than these, because I talk less. I don't talk at all on those. I get straight to the point. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear me talk. I try to make these videos short and sweet, but I'm just not that kind of girl. My spirits like to show me big pictures and give me details. So anyways, Megan Thee Stallion just came out with a video, Cobra. Now, on my community tab reading of her, I said that she was getting ready to step into the bad side. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Gonna take a mean ride. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Smile I had is gone away. All those things are gonna fade. Step into the bad side today. Yes. Dream Girls. Beyonce. Step into the bad side. I saw her doing that in the reading. I saw her on the... at the time of the reading, it hadn't come out that she had been released from her contract with 1501. It was still in the works. And I saw her in her challenging position, wanting to be free. It was like she was about to be let go. Not sure if she was going to be let go. At the time, she wasn't sure how the judgment was going to come out. But either let her go or give her some money. That is the energy I saw her in. And then I saw her... the energy she was in was she was preparing to step into the bad side. I saw that in the past she had refrained from it. I saw that in the past her mother allegedly had conversations with her about things that go on in the industry and things to stay away from. And she held out for her mother's warnings up until the industry does what it does. And listen, word to the wise, because I am an artist. I go by Adina the Artist. I have a official artist page here on YouTube. I have a distributor. I've released albums. I've made money from my music. And I have made a conscious decision that I just may never, ever be known in the industry because I have too much integrity. Now, if I'm known in the industry, it'll be because of the spiritual services that I provide for the people in the industry. But I'm not one of those girls. You know, if anything, I'll be doing the manipulating to the power players. So I would never make it because I wouldn't pay to play. And I'm too old to be making certain decisions that a lot of the younger people that enter the industry make. I'm too mature, I'm too wise to fall for certain traps. So I could never, and I would never allow them to use me as a product and a vessel to push a certain frequency. So I could never do it. But Megan was trying to go around. She was trying to do everything but that. She did pay to play in some ways. You know, I mentioned before that in the industry there are various ways to get on. The occult way, the sacrifice way, the secret society way, joining a spiritual sect where dark magic is king. You can allegedly run drugs and guns. You can allegedly traffic people. There is a sexual abuse type pedophilic ring in Hollywood, allegedly. There are a few things. You can join a gang and get jumped in or effed, you know, boinked in. Me thinks that was the way that Megan was allegedly planning to go. The networking route, the Hollywood party route, the casting couch route, the getting boinked in for gang protection in the industry. But those weren't working for her because Megan wanted to be a star, and she had aligned herself with the people who would invest in making her a star. So you're going to have to go all the way or you won't go at all. And me thinks that, like I was just saying in my Tiffany Haddish video, in the industry, you'll be allowed to go so far before you reach a glass ceiling. And that glass ceiling is there in order to remind you that what the industry is made of, and that A-list stars and household names they don't just pop up out of thin air because they can sing, dance, or act. They are made. And if you want to be a made man, there's a way in to this mafia of upper echelon of the industry. Megan most recently allegedly decided to do what she needed to do because that Tory Lanez case and all of the surrounding it was going to plateau her where she is. Megan wants in. She wants to be the it girl. She wants to be bigger than Nicki Minaj. She wants to be the rap Beyonce. And I do see that they have taken a liking to her, both B and J. I see her nestled in between them. Now, in what way? I don't know exactly, but she's nestled in between them. Is my jaw swollen? Because I have a toothache. It kind of looks swollen to me. So we're going to see the energy surrounding Megan Thee Stallion and her Cobra video. I noticed that I gave you guys a little reading on my community tab in my prediction post that I made when I predicted that Megan would be taking the more occult route. And I kind of broke down some of the symbology from the clip in her video. I haven't seen the full video. I saw clips from the Neighborhood Talk, but it was right on brand for what I saw in her energy. So I actually now just want to do a reading for you guys, because I felt like I didn't get to go in and let have on everything that I saw spiritually around her in my predicted post. So I'm giving her a full reading today. Megan Thee Stallion, come, dear. Show Dina, show Mama what you've done in order to catapult yourself, in order to shed the old skin of the old Megan and become the new Megan, the new improved Megan. What's the energy surrounding your career? What's the energy surrounding, the energy surrounding your personal life? We're curious, Megan. The people want to know. And the people mean me. Show me yourself and keep nothing hidden from me. You like to do things behind the scenes, very sneaky girl. But you always get caught. You're not good at being a sneaky girl unless you have help doing sneaky things. And in this case, I open the veil. None of your help can help you here. Show yourself the way you like to show yourself. Y'all, if I showed y'all what I saw just now in Megan's energy, when I said show yourself, y'all wouldn't believe me, so I'm not going to say it. All right. Megan Thee Stallion, King of Wands in reverse. I don't know if that is Leo Crawford or Jay-Z, but let's see. Challenging. 9 of Wands. I'm going to lay this out and then just see what it says. Recent past, 8 of Wands. Her just putting out that new music. The Magician in reversed. Knight of Swords as above. That is you, Megan. So below. 9 of Pentacles. Interesting. 10 of Pentacles. Reverse. Current actions, advice. Or advice. 3 of Swords on your external energy, girl. Hopes and fears. Page of Cups in reverse. Outcome. Death in reverse. Megan. You, on the bottom of the deck, I see that you feel like you just cannot get away from your tea being spilled. I see that on the bottom of the deck, you felt like you were hung up. Okay, you couldn't speak, you couldn't really do much because you were hung up between not being able to speak on the Tory trial, not being able to speak about the 1501 trial. You've been going through your trials and you've been tied up, not able to speak, not able to move. And then just when you thought you get away and you walk away, you are drawn back into some drama that you thought you got away from, involving your hot girl activities. And I say that because by you saying what you did in that song about somebody that you were with getting fellatio in the same bed that you slept in, that alluded that it was partisan Fontaine. And with that opened up the door for people to attack him, but it also opened up the door for people to attack you about your hot girl shit. Your hot girl shit. Because people feel like, see, you just opened up a can of worms with that. People feel like there are some people who believe that he did that. And then there are some people who believe, first of all, we don't even know if she's talking about him. Second of all, what do you mean kick you when you were down when that man never abandoned you, especially or spoke bad about you publicly when it came out in your court trial, all the people that you had slept with? And he thinks he didn't know that you had done all of that. And he still didn't publicly embarrass you. He didn't come out and publicly bash you like a lot of other people were doing as the trial went on. I would hope, if you're not talking about him, that you would say something. And if you were, I would just hope that you are mentally strong enough for people to also come for you. Let me look into this King of Wands in reverse. I kind of think that is Jay-Z. The World. Five of Cups. Five of Pentacles. What sign is Carl Crawford? Is he a Leo too? Is he a Leo? All right, me thinks that is Carl Crawford. I don't know if he's a Leo or not, but that King of Wands reversed, I think that's his energy that came out first. Carl is pissed. Me thinks that when this case was closed and the settlement was reached, he didn't get what he felt like he should have gotten. He regrets ever signing Megan Thee Stallion and working with Megan Thee Stallion. And I know that she's a bigger name, but the energy that I get from this is that hold on, guys. Oh, that's just the mail. He knows, and other people know, especially people in the industry who knows how this works. All the money that he invested into Megan and signing her, and me thinks that he did not recoup everything that he invested into her. Now she feels like they didn't invest much, but in order for you to get the visibility to attract Rock Nation, you had to have some kind of movement and motion behind you from somewhere. Carl regrets the day that he ever signed Megan because he lost in this. Megan did not lose in this. He lost in this. I think he is a Leo because he helped her. I think that they even may have had some kind of sexual relationship at the beginning or at some point, possibly. So he helped her. And then she tried to sue him once she got bigger representation, Rock Nation behind her. That's when she wanted to get out of her contract once Rock Nation came. That's not nice, Megan. What's crossing you though is the Nine of Wands in reverse. I feel, me thinks that that's Megan's energy, watching her back, being scared. I think that she think that Carl Crawford has something to do with the Tory situation, and I think that now she is even more so watching her back now that she gypped him. No other way to say it. Methinks Megan knows exactly the fact that she knows she's not obtuse. She knows that once Rock Nation starts sniffing around, that's when she wanted out of her contract. And yes, maybe she may have been trying to fight them for more money before, but those are regular artist label battles. When the label doesn't make a return on their initial investment and the artist is starting to grow in popularity, the artist wants to be able to keep up with the level of popularity and fame that the fans attribute them to. But behind the scenes, you can't afford it until you can pay your label back with their initial investment. Megan wanted more money. She felt like if you give me more money and give me a bigger budget, I can create things that bring in more money. But 1501 felt like, no, you can't. No, you can't. We're not investing anything more into you until you can pay us back some of this stuff. And then Rock Nation came sniffing around. And then they were like, okay, we'll sign you. But I see you got this mom and pop shop over here. And we can't do with you what we want to do with you until you get out of that. So now she wants to sue. Now she's finding every little thing. And Rock Nation stepped in and allegedly helped with this. Because they've done this before. Say this. Say this. Say they're not doing this. Say they're not doing this. And that's what she did. And she knew that 1501's complaints were valid. She also felt like hers were valid. Because she felt like if you give me more money, I can create something bigger and better and give you your money. But at some point, even a bank will tell you, we're not going to continue giving you loans until you at least start making payments on your initial loan. So that's how that is. And Megan now is afraid. She's watching her back because she knows that she gypped 1501. She knows she did. I'm going to look into it though. Megan feels like something is lurking in the shadows for her because she pissed off her bosses from 1501, not just one man. And she felt like they're not going to let her just get off that easy. And maybe they won't. Because you had not paid them their money back when you sued them. You had not. Megan, this is horrible. This is why so much negative energy follows you. Because you have very, very much selfish energy. Very much user energy. And then when things don't suit you anymore, you start looking to weasel your way out of certain scenarios. Accountability isn't your strong suit. You give me the impression of a pampered rich girl. I know that you weren't raised hood. I know that. I know that your mother was industry adjacent. You give me the energy of somebody who was raised very middle class. Always like had to be the center of attention. Always had to have things go their way. Was even coddled a little bit. Spoiled, possibly by your mother. I think you're the only child and you give that energy. You think that something's being hidden, lurking, waiting for you. This gives me the High Priestess reverse energy. But the High Priestess reverse is like, this is plotting and scheming going on that you are completely unaware about. The Moon, though, this is a little bit of fear to this because you anticipate that something, 2 or 3 people, especially 2 people, are howling at you because of what you've done. Because you know that in the beginning of your career, the initial investment was made in order to make you real hot girl shit. Ah! Wait, that came out like a choke. Real hot girl shit. Ah! Wait, no. Okay, no. Real hot girl shit. Ah! Real hot girl shit. Ah! I'm not cut out for that. Ah! I'm not cut out for the tongue wagging. I'm not cut out for that. At the beginning of your career, Megan, there was a nice chunk of money invested into making you Tina Snow, real hot girl. Let's see why this Emperor is here in reverse. Because him mad. their investment into your career. Initial investment, they'll come back and give you another budget. They'll come back and give you more. Maybe not as much as you felt like when you looked around at other people who were signed to different bigger labels and you were becoming more popular. You felt like your budget didn't match your popularity. You start smelling yourself. But this card tells me that 1501 was consistently pouring into you, helping you jumpstart your career. They feel like they made you, and rightfully so. And behind this Wheel of Fortune, you feeling like they're not going to let you get away with it that easily, because that ruling went in your favor with the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot and the Queen of Pentacles. It's like 1501 didn't anticipate you becoming as big as you would. And then Jay-Z came in. That Knight of Wands, Jay-Z came in, and all of a sudden you didn't agree with your situation anymore. But 1501 did not anticipate you becoming what you are. You're scared though. You're nervous that they are plotting something. Methinks that you ride around with some type of security or protection since the judgment, since the judge ordered whatever he ordered, the settlement that went in your favor. Methinks that you have some type of security around you nowadays because you're scared, and there would be no reason to be scared if you didn't gyp them, but you did. You did. All right, recent past. I don't know if this is your video or this is Carl's interview. Methinks this is Carl's interview. Hold on, let me clarify. Because Carl did just come out and give an interview about why you felt you were justified in sleeping with Tory Lanez behind Kelsey's back. Yes, this in your recent past is Carl's interview about you sleeping with Tory Lanez behind your friend's back because you didn't think without you she would have never met him. So you were entitled. You were Megan Thee Stallion. You were the one that's a celebrity with the money. And without her being the celebrity, she would have never met Tory. That's what that's what this is in the recent past. Megan doesn't like this interview. She's on the defense. And this interview actually made her a little bit more afraid. Because she doesn't know what else is going to come out about her. As I was looking into, I just wanted to see Megan's attitude, her energy. I'm the celebrity. You wouldn't even know him without me. Look. She didn't care about her friend talking to him. Not at all. She didn't care whatsoever. She did not care. She was looking at joining in on the party. She didn't care about the fact that he had already offered a cup to. because she thought they were like industry equals. He's a celebrity, I'm a celebrity. So who cares about Kelsey or our friendship? Because me also thinks that once Meg got on, she could have possibly started treating her friends differently. I see that in secret, her and Tori would go off together. Like sneaking off together while he was dating her friend Kelsey. She had no regard for her friend. Once she got on, it really did kind of go to her head. But I don't get the energy that she's a good friend anyway. Aquariuses typically have a big social circle. But I've learned from my cousin who's an Aquarius that there is a lot of superficiality in those friendships. My cousin was like an influencer at some point, like a model, an IG model. She was looking like she was getting ready to become like a well-known influencer slash IG model slash that. And she had a friend group so big, like when she had her Friendsgiving one year, a couple years ago, I want to say 2021, and I went, I was like, how do you have all of these friends? Like, these aren't just associates. These were people that were in her home that she considered friends, and there were so many of them. And I was sitting there, you know, like half of these girls are not your real friend. So once she started growing, I'd say once around her Saturn return, she started growing out her dreads, wearing less wigs, wearing less makeup. She met this guy. They both live in the gym. She met this guy who's now her fiance and her child's father. She doesn't really wear makeup anymore. She doesn't really dress like she does anymore. She lives in the gym, and then she's home with her man. She's not doing the modeling anymore. It's like she made a complete 180. And I would say 95% of her friend group is now no longer. Because they were all hanging around her because she had a little bit of clout, and she looked like she was headed towards more clout. Once they saw her make that change in her lifestyle, and they weren't going to be able to get clout from her, now that she was no longer chasing that lifestyle, now she's down to her original friend group, her best friend, and then the 2 or 3 friends that she's had for years, all her life pretty much. That is the energy that a lot of Aquariuses have. That is the energy that Meg has, although she's also not a wishy-washy friend as well. Magician in reverse. Megan, I got this for you the last time I read you. You said that you are independent, but I don't think that you are. Jay-Z, allegedly. The Lovers in reverse. 8 of Cups. All right. So in the last reading I did on my community tab, I saw that Jay-Z had to step back a little bit because he had given you some advice, or it was something that you were supposed to do that you did not do. So his hands were tied in what he could do for you at a certain point. You had to align yourself with the get down before JC could come back in and do things for you, because you were an outsider at that point. I think the advice that you did not take was joining some type of spiritual occult group that could have helped you. I said this before in the community tab on your reading. And I mentioned that glass ceiling that artists get to before they can go higher, or whether it's determined if they're going to stay where they are. At that point, Jay-Z could get you to that glass ceiling, but the choice was yours to join and align yourself with the winning team. And not even Jay-Z could be the one to make that decision for you. The ones above him who brought him into the fold. And these are spiritual leaders. Industry people, but also more powerful than most industry people because they are the spiritual power behind the industry. Jay-Z had to step away. His hands were tied until you made the decision of what you were going to do. You got out of your contract. You sabotaged 1501. Allegedly, you did this. And then you went out and said you were going independent and paying for all of this out of your own money. For one, you didn't pay all of it out of your own money. You used some of the money that you got from 1501 that you didn't really deserve. And then, after that settlement, who's coming in now to save the day? Allegedly, Jay-Z. Because he couldn't help you like he could until you decided to come back into the fold. To step into the fold. The fold that you did not originally want to step into. Your mama warned you. Now you got to do it. Advice, current actions. 10 of Pentacles reversed. Okay. 5 of Pentacles reversed. 9 of Swords. The Empress. Okay, so you did have to spend a lot of your money filming this video. Filming this song. That is what Rihanna did in the beginning of her career with Jay-Z and Def Jam and Def Jam or whatever. They didn't want to fund Umbrella. They didn't believe in it. So she had to, and it became one of her biggest hits. You did have to fund a lot of, spend a lot of your own money, a lot of your lawsuit money. This is money that you just received. And you are definitely anxious and worried about getting the return. And not just getting your money back, but this making you a big name. Because you decided to go off on your own after your case, but then you got some help. You did get some help from your label or your management company to put that song out. Megan, I get the impression that you did lie. You lied about your money situation with 1501 when they made you hot girl. You lied about not being properly paid, or with them withholding. But you had some help too. You had some help maneuvering this case. You've had some help maneuvering all of your cases. I would like to know why Jay-Z is so invested into you. Let me see. See, here you are again, nestled. This is you, Megan, and this is B and J, right beside you, guarding you. Why are they so fond of you? right. Three of Swords in your external energy. Conversations about you, Tory Lanez. You and Partisan are about to get messy. Your tea is about to be spilled, honey. Ace of Pentacles. The Emperor reversed. The Chariot reversed. That gives me Carl Crawford. I don't know if somebody is going to be paid in order to attempt to sabotage you. I see Tory Lanez. I see an unjust prison sentence. Spirit said unjust. Spirit said unjust because justice is in reverse, and this is somebody in jail behind bars. Spirit said it was unjust. Spirit said that you had strong, powerful help helping you become successful. Six of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, the strength, getting out of this battle. It's almost like you are being protected by Beyonce and Jay-Z, because even they know that there could be a plot behind you, maybe some kind of threats. And something isn't old. What is this Three of Swords? This usually comes out, like I did a reading one time and I asked how Drake felt about Megan, and I got the Three of Swords, and I got the energy that he didn't like her because of his association with Tory Lanez, and he knew that something else happened. His association with Tory Lanez and Kylie Jenner. Drake knew the tea, and he knew for some reason that it didn't go down that way. So that's why he turned against Megan Thee Stallion. And I won't say turn, because he never really was friends with her. He was featuring her, but she was from Texas and working with Jay Prince and all of that. But after she went against Jay Prince and Tory Lanez, Drake doesn't feature Megan Thee Stallion. This Three of Swords in reverse, Three of Swords in her external energy. This gives me I won't say old friends speaking out about her, but associates speaking out about her. This situation with her making that song and then people implicating Partisan Fontaine is not going to work in Megan's favor, because he never once publicly bashed her. Never once. And if he decided to leave her when she said that she was down, that's their business. Nobody is entitled to stay with us, especially if they don't want to be with us. Whether it's when we are going through some things, they're not entitled to stay with us until we stop going through things so that we be in a better place. Nobody's entitled to that. I need people to get out of their motherfucking feelings Because grow up. People have the right to leave relationships. My husband, who I was with for 13 years, came home one day and said that he didn't know if he wanted to be married anymore. He needed to find himself. You know what the fuck I did the next day while he went to work? Packed up all my shit and left. I didn't even tell him I was gone. He said he wanted space. He said he didn't know if he wanted to be married to me anymore. Okay. Because even, and not saying that it was easy, but even in my pain, I know that nobody owes me anything. I don't own him, and I would never want to be in a relationship with someone who does not want to be with me and who feels like they're with me for reasons outside of just wanting to be with me. So no, he did not owe her to break up with her after her case and stuff was over, especially if he felt that he was bamboozled by not knowing about all the stuff that she did to get on in the industry. This man is a part of the industry too, so he knows how the game goes. I don't think he was aware that she played the game the way she did. And so he had every right to be like, I just don't want to do this with you anymore. Now, if he did cheat, you know, that's neither here or there, but me thinks that the backlash from people assuming that she was talking to him is going to come back and bite Megan in the behind, because people are going to feel like, okay, why did he leave you? Oh, it was because of the Tory Lanez case. Oh, it was because you got on stand and had to defend yourself sleeping with people that you may or may not have told him about. You may have told him about some things, but then that case came out and there were things that had to publicly come out in the case that he might have had a different story about or didn't have a story at all about. And he knows that he'd be wrong for publicly saying anything to the professional victim. So he's going to keep it cute and mute, because she has an industry machine behind her, a media machine. He saw it being used against Tory Lanez. He will not speak out against her, even if he feels justified and rightful to do so, because the media is just going to paint the narrative that she's the victim again. That Three of Swords is definitely the breakup between her and Partisan. I think he's going to try to keep it cute and mute, but it's pissing him off to do so. Because I don't think it went down the way she said it's going down. There are a lot of details left out. And again, this gives me the impression that Partisan did not know that she was effed in. And gang talk, back in the day at least, the rules, I don't know what the gang rules are, but back in the days, to join a gang, you either had to be jumped in, or if you were a girl, you had to be sexed in. I don't think he knew that she was sexed in with all the people that she was sexed in with. Maybe she told him, yeah, I did this, this, and this, but that's it. My affiliation with Carl in 1501 and Jay Prince got me X, Y, and Z opportunity. And then my networking got me the opportunity with Rock Nation. That's not true though, because according to Blueface, he was one of the people. And as soon as he said that he had sex with Megan Thee Stallion, that's immediately what came to my mind. He was one of the people that she had to get sexed in by. And gangs are a big thing in the industry. A lot of artists are affiliated with gangs for protection reasons. Methinks that Blueface and all the other people that she slept with were necessary members in order to get put on. They're known for having clout. You need to go through them to get put on. Methinks he was not fully aware of all the people. Because I was looking at why he's going to keep it cute and mute, possibly, but why he is not pleased with this. He is not pleased because they were in a relationship. And he did not know. He did not know all the shit that she was involved in, all the things that she had done. And all right, that man was disgusted. Knight of Cups reversed. That man was disgusted once he found out a lot of the things that he did during that Tory Lanez trial. If he cheated on her in their bed, he did it because he was disgusted by all of the things that he did not know, intentionally left out, that were intentionally not told to him or just lied to him about. Things that she did that she lied about. She got caught in the trial. She did not tell him everything. And this is willful misleading. When he found out, it was a wrap. It was a wrap for him. Again, he was disgusted. He was disgusted by the things that she had done and the things that she could do in order to become successful. I'm telling you, Party left her behind because he knew not only did she have a whole lot of other bodies on that she lied about how she got on. He found out about what was done to Tory Lanez and he got away. He got away. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fears with this Page of Cups in reverse. Me thinks that the song that she put out, she hopes that it does not open up a can of worms about the breakup of her relationship, about the stuff that she was involved in. Well, she was drunk. Drunk and high, drunk or high. She hopes the truth doesn't come out about why Partisan allegedly broke up with her. And he left with the quickness during the trial. He left. As soon as the ruling was in her favor, imagine being behind the scenes, not a fan, and knowing some things that the fans don't know. Watching it all play out and then seeing the powerful people behind you put an innocent man to bed, to jail. He wanted no parts. And he kept it real cute and mute with his attempt to exit the relationship. If he did write a poem, he was trying to keep it cute and mute on his way out so that her vengeance wouldn't spill over into the same situation with him that it did with Tory Lanez. Allegedly. Because as above, when she gets on her high horse, she doesn't stop. And she doesn't care who's destroyed in the process. As above. In her attempts to leave her label, she sabotaged herself or others in court herself with that lawsuit. She only started asking for more money once Jay-Z came in. Once a big name label or management company came in. And when I looked into Jay-Z, he allegedly was the one who got into her ear and started causing imbalance and discord about her money situation. And it was almost like, yeah, you know, you can't do nothing, you know, because your label got you tied up, huh? Yeah, they got you tied up. Ain't paying you right, you know what I'm saying? You missing out on this, you missing out on that. But hey, we can't do nothing unless you're in with your label. But if you wasn't with your label, you know, this is what we got for you. This is Jay-Z coming in. Yeah. It's Hove, baby. Hove. You know. I want to sign you. I want to make you a star, you know. Beyonce put you on tour with B, you know. Huh. Huh. But you signed this label. And they ain't paying you right. That's why you ain't no star. What you gonna do? Because you missing out. And I can't do nothing. Unless you're in with your label no more. Huh. I can't do a Jay-Z accent. And he did all this for his greed and his game. To make Megan feel like she was missing out on these 3 of cups, when really she had 2 cups behind her that were supporting her. And it worked. Because she gave in and let Jay-Z and his cohorts, because this is the 7 of Wands in reverse, which would make it a 6 of Wands. And look, here's a 6 of Wands. She gave in and let Jay-Z's cohorts come in and tell her all kinds of things about how she's not receiving more money, how she was with them. She da-da-da-da-da-da, will do da-da-da-da-da. And she let them. All right. Final outcome for you, Megan. The Death card in reverse. The Hermit. The Fool reversed. The 8 of Pentacles. Megan, this song isn't going to be the one that does it for you. Something about your decision to abandon certain people who tried to help you on your way to success is going to come back and bite you. Methinks that you'll have some obstacles, some hindrances. Methinks that some people are getting ready to come out of the woodworks with some things to say, possibly. Possibly they have been paid to speak up, paid to sabotage you. Something about you releasing your album is going to be very, very, very difficult. Why? It's like you weren't in a good space when you recorded it, not mentally or emotionally, or that's what you'll be talking about, the space that you were in. I don't know if Tory Lanez might get out or deported. Megan, whatever you thought that you had just gotten out of with this settlement with 1501, alignment with B&J, and releasing this new song, with the death in reverse, I don't see this being as smooth of a transition as you think it is. Because there's a lot of scheming and plotting going on behind your back. You, my dear, have lots of enemies. You, my dear, have made a lot of enemies that I'm afraid not even B&J can save you from. But if you just stay up under them, nestled between them, they can insulate you a little bit. They can use their resources in the media to persuade narratives. But that death in reverse makes me feel like the change that you are fighting to make is not quite happening yet. Not with this song. If anything, it'll drag you a little bit more into something you were trying to get rid of or get out of. Can I have one more card for Megan Thee Stallion's final outcome? One more card about why the death in reverse was her final outcome. What is the final outcome for Megan Thee Stallion in this situation? Justice. Who's justice though? Something wasn't over. A case. Could be Tory Lanez. Six of Wands in reverse. Something that didn't go. Three of Wands. I don't know if Tory Lanez is going to be deported and it is going to cause some more conversation about you. I don't know if Tory Lanez could get a new appeal or something like that, even though I know he just had one denied. What is this justice? No, this kind of looks like a settlement. This, oh, that's what's not over. This thing with 1501, honey, it's not over. Just because you got that settlement does not mean that they will not do some stuff in order to get their money back from you. I don't know who this mother and father. That could be Tory Lanez's parents. That could be Tory Lanez's parents talking about who. I don't think this situation with Tory Lanez is over. They want to talk about Who helped? Something about this eclipse, though, might uncover something. Something that someone, a woman, possibly Megan, does not... Something is being kept secret. Maybe evidence about Jay-Z coming, Jay-Z's involvement. But something, whatever comes out, it'll be almost hard for people to accept, because the fans, they're not going to want to hear the truth. They're not going to want to hear the truth about how Jay-Z stepped in allegedly to save the day, to cover and hide what really happened the night of the shooting. The sabotage to make a man look guilty. Y'all, I'm not Team Tory Lanez. I've never heard not one piece of his songs, and I'm not a Megan Thee Stallion fan. I'm reading this because it's in the blogs. Methinks that Jay-Z stepped in the night of, because they were already invested, and Megan Thee Stallion had already invested into her and had projected to do business with her in the future. And they did not think that this Tory Lanez situation would be as difficult as it was to manipulate. It's like the fans still won't let it go. It's like they blame the fans, but there are also people in the industry See, Jay-Z had to step in and kind of calm the situation down because of this star in reverse. They couldn't let their new moneymaker, somebody that was supposed to be their new moneymaker, who was just about to get started on a new endeavor with them, get caught up in some bull. They had to pay people to protect and hold back and lie to protect Megan Thee Stallion. And then Jay-Z did everything he could to stay away until the case was closed. However, this situation, Megan Thee Stallion with the death in the reverse, is not put away. Not with Carl, not with Tory Lanez. If you think that because they're all settled in court and you are tucked away between Jay-Z and Beyonce, that all of this is done and you can go ahead and peel that new skin off and become someone new, you've got a new thing coming. I mean, another thing coming, because the death in reverse says that these situations aren't over. As much as you are trying to resist them being over, because in order for them to be over, certain things will have to come to light. That's the only way. Many things that you are doing and your team is doing everything you can to hush the people around you who can speak up on behalf of some of the foul things that you've done to a lot of innocent people who didn't deserve to be stepped on by you on your way to success. So with that being said, that was my Megan Thee Stallion reading. It was not supposed to take an hour and 10 minutes, but had at it, guys. Maybe another day or two before I do another reading. So enjoy.